Hello and welcome to the first of a series of Bluestone X Coffee Corners, where we're going to be breaking down BTP into its individual pillars and discussing all things BTP with our amazing experts. So today we're joined by Vic, who's going to be discussing all things Gen AI.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so today we're discussing Gen AI, which is obviously the hot topic on everyone's lips at the moment. Whether it's SAP or customers, anybody, they all want to know more about Gen AI and what it can do. So I suppose the best place to start is in your expert words. What is Gen AI?
So I think in the simplest term, I could explain it as something that generates for you. It's not just the traditional AI, which basically predicts things for you, but this one is much more advanced, and given a scenario, given a question, just in the language we talk, it can generate things for you. So it could be music piece, could be a photo, it could be video, could be code. So it generates the artifacts based on its learning. That's why it's called generative here.
And where does Gen AI fit into SAP BTP?
So if you see tech in 2023, the main pillar AI was basically infused into all different pillars. So application development, we saw how Joule was introduced. So it's kind of Joule and BAS integration, where we call it SAP build code, where you give, like, in simple explanation what your application should do, kind of business context, and it generates a code for you. It's kind of a skeleton for you, ready to be developed or enhanced further. If you see data and analytics, we have application which can just use these generative AI models. For example, SAP Analytics Cloud, you can talk to your data. It's all, again, kind of powered by Gen AI. So these pillars, they have like infused AI. And apart from all these, obviously you have a pillar called AI, which has your generative AI hub, where you can play around with different large language models, see which one works for you. You can just infuse AI again into your business applications. So if you see the trend, probably AI is going to do till the next decade at least, maybe further. That's the trend I could see, and that's how SAP BTP uses Gen AI for all the pillars.
Right, I think it's really good we've clarified that actually, because it's an unusual model, at least to me, that Gen AI is its own pillar, yet it is infused into all the other pillars. So
yeah, so to get your question, so it's kind of confusing, but at the same time, we are actually using Gen AI in different pillars. But in AI pillar, it's not just Gen AI, it's AI as a traditional offering as well. So you can create your own models which can do multiple things, or you can use the large language models available there. So Falcon is available, ChatGPT is available. You can use these for your application development. Now, when we talk about infusing AI, so for example, at platform level, SAP BTP would offer Joule, which can do your user management, service activation, creation of accounts. All these things, you're using it. You're not doing anything with AI, we're just using it. But in AI pillar, you can develop your own models. That's the key difference.
okay, so is there any work required for the client or anyone using Gen AI in the setup of the Gen AI, or does it just come straight out of the box and then you're able to apply that to other aspects of BTP?
Yeah, so all of these things like Joule, probably the beta version is out. There are a few customers who are using it. There are a few partners who are being part of the beta programs, but we are yet to see a general availability of Joule. For specifically the AI pillar, you have Gen AI Hub, which is available. So you just need to activate your AI core service, and it is part of the Gen AI Hub is part of AI core over there. So you can straight away use it.
So how currently is Gen AI being used within businesses? What use cases are we typically seeing occur?
So if you see Gen AI use cases, I see the very foremost one is content creation. So you're creating your blogs, you're creating LinkedIn posts, although it needs to be vetted first whether the results are right or not, because we have seen many LinkedIn posts on SAP BTP which are not factually correct. But although it looks like it has been generated somewhere and just copied and pasted, you can use it for content creation like image generation or video generation. People use it for development, so just to enhance your productivity and how effective you are, you can just create skeleton of your application through ChatGPT. Or so recently, like the tool was announced, so when SAP build code is available, you can do that there as well. It's kind of a stepping stone. So whatever you boring things you're doing, you can do it as a baseline and then build on top of it. Right. So it kind of enhances your productivity.
Okay, so if we look at this from a step-by-step basis, you've got the idea or the process you need to create an app for.
Yeah.
You then put that into ChatGPT or any kind of language model, and it will sort of flesh how that app needs to kind of look at it. It will flesh out how that app needs to look for you. And then from there, you can use the AI code generator to then sort of begin to actually build that app.
Yeah, it's kind of that. So you get the generated code, which is skeleton of application, and then you write your business logics or any way if you want to enhance anything into it. We can just do it from like the way you have been doing for years.
I imagine that saves a lot of time and
it does.
Manual.
It does, and it will. See, people are waiting for SAP build code, but if you simply go into ChatGPT and say that I need a POE UI5 application for a dashboard saying this, or even you just have a prototype, you just take a screenshot of where put it. At least it gives you a simple starting point, which you had to code in Business Application Studio. So I know things will get much easier when we have SAP build code, but right now, even you can do it by using ChatGPT, get your skeleton ready, and then you can create your applications that way.
Another hot topic on everyone's lips at the moment is obviously sustainability. We're all trying to do more, and rightfully so. So how is Gen AI helping us to achieve that? And specifically within BTP, what's the potential?
Yeah, so talking in terms of AI, it's very, very resource hungry. So resource hungry means it needs more power, it needs everything more than a simple application, which means it has a carbon footprint. So we should be looking at reducing this, and as per Gartner's survey and the prediction, obviously it says like Gen AI or even AI has the capability to reduce the carbon footprint to 5 to 15% by 2030. That's a huge thing, because this always comes into play whenever you use AI. It has a footprint. People just say that, yes, you're using it for your business goals, but what are you doing to the planet? Probably we need to look further into it, how to optimize our models, how to use less resources and do the business and reach the business outcomes. So we'll have to see it, but considering it is coming from Gartner, probably it has potential, and maybe it will just tell you what is the right time to do such and such work, so that it has a less load on your system and the carbon footprint is less. So based on historic data, maybe AI can predict, saying that your user acceptance test could happen between this and this date and this time, so that you reduce the carbon footprint. It's kind of that. Maybe the other use cases could be the data centers, which we use for our cloud applications or even for BTP subaccounts. So if we use greener data centers for our accounts, probably it would reduce the carbon footprints. We just need to know which data center is greener. And probably that data will come from the hyperscalers. We are reliant on them as well as SAP. But it could be one of the first steps we could take to use the greener data centers as and when required. and just not use the data centers which are fueled still by the fossil fuels.
I think it's important that we've put into perspective just what that means, because it's 2 to 15% globally, right?
Yeah.
So I think off the top of my head, the UK is accountable for about 2 to 3% of all global emissions.
Yeah.
So if we're saying the potential is up to 15%, that is however many times the size of the UK. That is massive.
Yeah.
In terms of what we could be doing for the environment
Yeah.
through AI.
Yeah. And it's the government prediction says like 5 to 15%. It is for the AI carbon dioxide footprint. So it's about AI solutions being much more effective and less or more greener, I would say, in future. That's just in 2030 that the government study is talking about.
Wow. So do you think if this is the potential of AI and it shows you kind of how wasteful or inefficient us as humans could be, or can be, what do you think the lessons are in terms of using AI to reflect on how we operate in this?
I think first and foremost thing is resource utilization. So it's like we can do highly laborious tasks, but it will take time. AI can do it at a large scale very efficiently and very quickly. So if you're looking at solutions, I'm not saying you replace humans, because human mind can be utilized in much more valuable work than just doing some laborious tasks which a machine can really do. So I would say probably the first thing is resource utilization. Better resource utilization so that we are efficient and our productivity increases. These are the three things I would say is we are going to achieve from AI solutions.
Gen AI, it's changing all the time, especially within the SAP sphere. I don't know how we rebrand the tab already, but it's changed a lot. So are we able to predict any trends about the future of Gen AI at the moment, or is it still just changing so rapidly we just can't put our finger on it?
Yes, and Gen AI disrupted every industry in 2023 only. And this is SAP's first offering as a Gen AI hub in the AI pillar. So we are pretty sure that this is very effective, and it just does work in simple terms. You give inputs and you get the outputs. You do not have to train now computationally expensive models, which is not at you, or the large language models take care of it. I think this has potential, but the problem is you cannot predict because it is changing so rapidly. There are so many models which are coming in. It's very hard to predict what the future would be. But at the same time, I would say there are many different tools which are built on top of these Gen AI models that can do wonders. So utilizing those only, not even creating anything from scratch, utilizing those can increase your productivity like anything. So probably for organizations who are just starting, it would be good to start with some tools which can be a game changer in their business, and then looking at how to enhance their other business processes. So look for a quick win and then go for not.
We all know what a disruptor Gen AI was in 2023. And the potential of it has already been realized quite a lot. I think it's massive. But to those organizations that are still hesitant about moving forward with Gen AI and actually implementing it, do we see Gen AI as a trend, just a short-term fad that's going to fall back into the sea, into nothingness, and be replaced by the next big thing? Or do we see this being as revolutionary as, say, like the internet?
I think it's revolutionary, and it is going to stay for some more time. The reason being, we have seen how AI has changed. So traditionally, AI has been for years. Although adoption can be a different topic, like companies using it or not, that's a different story, because it has its own concerns as well. Similar to Gen AI as well, because it also, like, fundamental thing is in models, and models need data. Data can be, it cannot be balanced. If you see the raw data, there are many chances that it's not balanced. So in that case, probably it can have a bias. If not handled properly, models can give you biased results. So these concerns will still stay. It would be kind of a problem for implementers who can kind of look for this imbalance and then balance it in software. Gen AI can give you data augmentation as well, where you can augment, can synthetically enrich your data and then do the model training and on. So all these concerns can be addressed, but the point is, like, how companies are kind of ready for a particular AI solutions. There are many concerns, like I said, but it completely depends on how you address it while implementing. So, and for future trends, probably I would say Gen AI will stay, considering the fact that the positives it has and the impact it is giving on the workforce, like increasing the productivity, it's phenomenal.
Okay, so in your expert opinion, Gen AI is very much here to stay.
Yeah.
So, say let's put someone's mind at rest back then. And now they're thinking, okay, should be on our agenda for 2024. We need to start. Where do we start? And perhaps how could BlueStarMX help in that process?
Yeah, so where to start? Probably SAP BTP gives you a playground for Gen AI help, which is generally available. So you can subscribe to AI core service on SAP BTP, and that will give you kind of playground you can play around with. Currently 2 models, but in future there will be more models as well. And you can try with your use case, you can see how the results are. So that's technically how you can get started. Secondly, BlueStarMX, obviously we have expertise in SAP BTP, and as we always get the positive feedback from our customers, how agile we are for them, how we help them. Probably they do not have to wait for any of their requirements. That's one of the positive things. We have certified consultants who can help getting started on AI journey. So yeah, we are all ready, just for to hear from our customers.
I think that's the key phrase, isn't it? We're all ready. We're ready to go.
Exactly.